John Mara just absolutely dropped the bomb of all bombs after a 3-14 season in the Giants' 100th year. I'm 30. I just turned 36. This is one of the worst Giants seasons I've ever seen. Last year was really bad. Somehow it was worse this year. And the New York Giants have just said this. Statement from Giants president John Mara. Now that our season is over, we felt it necessary to make this statement. Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll will continue in their respective roles with the organization. As disappointing as the results of the season have been, Steve Tisch and I remain confident in the process that Joe and Brian have implemented and their vision for our team. We look forward to the future and achieving the results we all desire. You've got to be absolutely freaking kidding me. This has to be a joke. Brian Daboll had one season, his first year on the team when the team was supposed to suck. They had a fluke of a season. They completely outperformed what their expectations were supposed to be, and he won Coach of the Year. I literally just did a video about why 2022 was a fluke the other day, and I can't predict the future. I thought he was going to be gone, and I wanted to use this as evidence to produce that it was a fluke. So if you want to give it a shot and go watch it, it's 7 minutes long. It kind of breaks down and goes into detail why the season was a fluke. But I think moreover, the point is, since that season, the Giants have been a complete joke of a franchise. They've made terrible decisions from the top down. Where do we want to get started here? Is it Daniel Jones for $160 million over 4 years where he lasted 1.5? Or did he even play a full season if you think about it, because he got killed the first season because the offensive line set a NFL record of sacks. And then this current season, he was unplayable. Was it letting Saquon walk to the Eagles, him going over 2,000 yards? There's a part of me that wishes that he played yesterday and freaking set the record against the Giants. Because this is what this poverty franchise at this point deserves. They deserve to be slapped in the face for all of their dumb mistakes and decisions. And then look on the other side of things. They said, I'm freaking out right now. Joe Schoen was so confident on the offseason Hard Knocks. If you go back and watch it, he was so smug and so overconfident. I thought in my head that there was a higher standard, but it's clear it's kind of just like guys that are friends with each other being like, hey, you want to take this pick for that pick? And the decision making looks like a fantasy football draft where you're 10 beers deep. No one knows what the hell they're doing. And there's just so many problems within this franchise. But my point for that being, Xavier McKinney, we don't want to pay a safety. Let him walk. First team All-Pro. Julian Love 2 years ago. It's not like this team could use any help in the secondary. Let's let him walk. I don't know if he's first team All-Pro. He made the freaking Pro Bowl with the Seahawks. Every decision this team makes is a joke. The only person who played in every single game this season was a 34-year-old guard, Van Roten, on the offensive side of the ball. Defensive might have been Burns. Congrats, because you paid a D-end $28.5 million, and he really doesn't do all too much. And sorry, I'm ragging on Brian Burns. He's probably good. Whatever, the team sucks, and I'm pissed off, and I'm trying to make my point here. But God damn it, this was something that needed, in your 100th season as a franchise, 3 wins. You're running it back with what has transpired. It's not like, and this is the thing with the last 2 years, especially going into this season, they made a conscious decision to not re-sign Saquon. They made these decisions to not really improve the team because they were worse than the year before. So Brian Daboll and Joe Schoen, at this point, the Gettleman guys have been pretty much gone. And honestly, for 2022 and 23, the best players on the team were Gettleman guys. So if we want to talk about how bad Dave Gettleman was, he sucked at free agents. I'll give you that. It's indefensible. But the guy that Gettleman had drafted for 2022, 2023, were the guys that got paid. Andrew Thomas, Dexter Lawrence, Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley. Those were all Gettleman guys. Where do we go from here? Because here's the thing what we're going to do. We have the 3rd overall pick. Now you're trusting Joe Schoen, who has a terrible draft record. I'll give this previous season guys the benefit of the doubt because on this channel, it's a little bit too tough to diagnose rookies being good or bad. Traded up for Jalen Hyatt was a bad move. Guy doesn't even play touch the field, can't play special teams. No point. and ever making that move. Joe Schoen, my point for Joe Schoen is we're trusting him to make this third overall pick. Say 2 quarterbacks are off the board. Then you're going 3, Travis Hunter. We are going to trust that they're going to come in and save Brian Daboll's job. The Giants have one of the hardest schedules in the 2025 NFL season. I would say right now, there is a less than 0% chance Brian Daboll survives the entire season. And originally, when I was thinking about all of this stuff, if the Giants were able to get a quarterback, Brian Daboll was able to get a quarterback that would be his guy, him and Schoen would, that would be their guy, hitch their wagon to, whatever analogy you want to use. They'd be glued to him and the success of that player. They didn't get that. Jones played really good in 2022. He objectively played pretty good 70, 80% of the time, which got him the deal. If he sucked and looked like he did the last 2 years, they would have moved on for him, which should have happened anyway. But here's the thing. I thought getting the quarterback would make sure that they would be able to give them more longevity, at least this season. But recent history has shown that when a rookie quarterback comes in, look at the last two examples. Caleb Williams came in to the Bears with Matt Eberflus. Eberflus was there for a couple seasons. This year, things get off the rails in that one, Christmas Day game where they forget to call the timeout and the clock runs down. They don't get the playoff. Rookie quarterback, coach who's been there for a few years, hasn't had the most success, fired in the middle of the season. 2023, let's go back to that year. Frank Wright, coach of the Panthers. Bryce Young comes in. Should be able to get him a couple seasons there because you're drafting a rookie number 1 overall quarterback. Fired. There is a strong possibility that with how the 2025 schedule looks for the New York Giants, that Brian Daboll does not see the end of next season. Then what? Why not just do that now? I don't understand the logic behind it. And here's the thing. Everyone loved Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll because they were a part of a front office and coaching staff that brought in Josh Allen to the Bills. Josh Allen looks like he's playing the best football of his career right now without either of the two of them. It's not to say that, one is because of another, but Josh Allen looks great. And there was other people in those rooms and on the teams making them better. Like to say that they're going to draft their guy and he's going to be the next Josh Allen or something. And also they haven't won and even a conference championship. So, but I guess that's more successful from what the Giants have had since 2012. How I want to wrap things up here. I am just very disappointed with Brian Daboll. They told Mike Kafka, basically, go after yourself. You're a coach. You're not the offense coordinator. I'm calling the plays this year. Brian Daboll called all the plays. You know what looked really bad throughout the entire season, no matter who was quarterback, was the offense, the play calling specifically. In their 100th season, they had a historically bad franchise offense. Who takes the blame for that? Is there anyone taking the blame? Is there any accountability? And it starts at the highest level. No, I can't. I don't know if I want to go that deep with this one, but the lack of accountability throughout this team, this franchise, even our country, people don't take accountability for their actions, and you could see it, everywhere. This is another example of that. I wish I don't know. What did we want him to be fired? I think the answer is yes, because also here's the thing. You call the plays yesterday with a team that you and Joe Schoen built, and you can't even beat the Eagles backups. How do you want me to be excited about this moving forward? That's all I had. Please go watch the 2022 Fluke video I just dropped last week. I did want to, on this channel, I didn't even introduce myself. I'm Average Bob. I post reactions, highlights, and some more recently, some little documentary style stuff about my POV on the Giants and how we could get back to glory there. But I did this video because the news just dropped, and I also wanted to do my normal highlight reaction video. I don't even know if I want to do it because week 18, who cares? You lost to the Eagles backups. What is there to take from that loss besides that probably should have cleaned house as a result of that you can't beat a team's backups. And the Eagles would have loved for you to win because it would only set us back by drafting later. So Let me know what you guys think. Was this a smart move, bringing back Daboll and Schoen? I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's going to blow up in our face pretty quickly next year, especially after one home game this year, a home win this year. Giants fans are going to be out for blood, and especially with the tough schedule, doesn't seem like there's going to be wins on that too frequently as well. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Have a great start to your week.